welcome to this Northern Aviation Trip Report. Today, we are on a special flight on board a CHC S92 helicopter, flying from Aberdeen back to Aberdeen. I'll explain how I got on this flight later in the video. Our flight today was around Aberdeenshire, as you can see in the flight route. Our helicopter today, Golf Whiskey November Sierra uniform, is a 6-year-old Sikorsky S92, originally delivered to CHC in 2014. First up, we have a little message from our captain taking us around this flight.
Sightseeing, I know you've watched the safety video, but do check your seatbelts are securely fastened for the journey. Do remain in your seats for the flight, although if there is something you'd like to bring to my attention, you can talk to me directly or talk via Ryan until let us know. Just remain in your seats. Do promote yourself at the nearest emergency exit, which is right next to you, and there's a safety card that's your pocket by your legs. Which, if you could take a look at that and just remind yourself. With everything, that'd be great. We'll be listening just a sec, and we'll talk to you later on. Enjoy the flight.
The whole check-in and other processes are missing from this flight, as I only thought to make a video out of the flight once we were on board. Once we have started up, I shall explain the day and what happened prior to boarding the helicopter, but for now sit back and listen to the startup sequence of these two CT7 turboshaft engines. Now that we've started up, we're going to taxi down to the runway, which is Heli 05 for departure. Hello and welcome back. As you can see, we're now climbing out of Aberdeen for a sightseeing flight. Going back to how this trip came about in the first place, Aberdeen hosts a runway run, and in 2019, the prize for raising the most money at the run was a flight in an S92 around Aberdeenshire. Not being able to say no to this opportunity for a once-in-a-lifetime trip, me and a few others held fundraisers and we raised the most amount for other charities. As we fly over the countryside, we were doing around 140 knots. It doesn't feel like that when you're in the helicopter. It feels a lot slower, but I think this could just be because you're in the helicopter. The views were incredible. With the massive windows, it really did make for a spectacular day. The cabin of the S92 is bright and airy. The windows are definitely bigger than the 787. Each window is also an emergency exit. The cabin is also relatively quiet, comparable with a Saab 340. And each seat is fitted with a 4-point harness, and there are ear defenders for passenger comfort. The helicopter is fitted in a 2-1 configuration and seats 19 passengers. Upon arrival at the terminal, we checked in and were met by our crew who talked us through the day. We went through security and taken down to the offshore briefing gates. As we weren't flying over water, then there was no need for survival suits to be worn, but we watched a briefing that is given to the passengers who would be going out to the offshore installations to see what happens when going offshore. We then walked down to the helicopter and got seated.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, can all hear me? Totally good? Yeah, we are on the approach now shortly. Landing in about 3 minutes, so check seatbelts fastened and keep it fastened until we have parked and the rotor has stopped. There will be some maneuvering on the runway as well. Hope you have a terrific rest this morning, afternoon, and a lovely Sunday, and let's...
As we now head back into Aberdeen, I want to say a big thank you to everyone who organised this special trip, and I'm very grateful to everyone who donated to the charities to help us win this awesome prize. This was certainly a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and I don't think I'll ever do something like this again. I also want to take the time to ask you to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already done so. Have you ever flown in a helicopter? Let me know down in the comments below. Out to the left we have got Aberdeen Airport. We're approaching from the north before making a left-hand turn down onto runway 16. Once we get down onto the runway, the pilot's going to perform some maneuvers to show us what the helicopter can do. Out to the left you can see the North Sea, where this helicopter spends most of its time flying backwards and forwards to. This helicopter usually flies out to all the installations in the East Shetland Basin and east of Aberdeen. Also out to the left you can see the new Aberdeen city bypass, as well as the town of Dice. In Aberdeen, there's a variety of different helicopter companies serving the oil and gas industry. You've got NHV, Babcock, Bristow's and CHC.
me back there? So I'm just going to show you some manoeuvres that a helicopter can do that an airplane can't, although you should probably see out the right there is an airplane about to take off, so we don't have much time. Obviously, we can go up and down, but we can also turn around. And not only can we turn around, we can also fly sideways. And we can also fly backwards. And we can put it all together.
Now that we've been spun around and gone backwards, we land on Heli 36 and we taxi back to the CHC terminal. This video was shot on the 9th of March, only a few days after Flybe went under. As you can see, there's a few of their Dash 8 aircraft parked up at Aberdeen. back on the ground after an awesome trip on board the CHC Sikorsky S92. It was certainly a weird feeling to conventional flying. We deboard the helicopter and make our way back inside the CHC terminal. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I have making it, but for now it's time for me to say goodbye, and I'll catch you in the next one.